Hello and welcome to SGS Stalingrad. This tutorial will cover the mapboard as well as the UI. Beginning with the UI, you can see here at the top left we have victory points as well as the Axis forces here on the map. You can see that we have 102 German army units, 4 of the Luftwaffe, currently 0 Romanian forces. For the Soviets, we have the Soviet Red Army, 166 NKVD, 17, 3 for the Soviet Air Force, 7 Soviet Naval, and then 4 Soviet units of various types. You may note that both sides currently have 20 victory points, which is indicated by the star there. The Soviets, for example, have 5 cards indicated here. They have 0 replacements currently. The Axis have 20 victory points, 14 cards currently in hand, and 2 replacements. If we click over here on the menu, that takes us, of course, to the menu where we can change our options. We see our current phase over here. For example, we're in the card draw phase at the beginning of the turn. If I click on the arrow, you can see the phases and what phase we're currently in blue. On the right, we can see the date, the turn number over here. And if we click over here, we can see little messages like so. The blue arrow indicates that we are ready to proceed to the next phase. And down here at the bottom right, we have the minimap. For example, I can click this to minimize and maximize. This is the information window. If I'm looking to find anything, I can enter it in here, or I can scroll. I can see structures, and I can see units over here. Structures, for example, indicate whether they have a port, harbour, indicate whether there is structure, whether it is also a victory point location, as well as the type of region. For example, we have village, urban centre, we have a lumber mill over here, and so on. We can also continue on here. If we click this one, we can censor our view. This would cycle us through to the next stack, and we would go through our land units, air units, and naval units and see if any of those have not yet moved. We can turn this filter on over here to show the political control on the map. Red for Soviet, grey, dark grey for Axis. This one indicates supply, green indicates supply, black does not indicate supply, and vice versa. The Soviets would be green here, and then they would be black here. This indicates that they would have supply or wouldn't have supply. Important stacking filters. We have our air stacking filter, as you can see here, showing the amount of air power that can be stacked, and then the ground stacking filter, like so. Now moving on to the map proper, you can see that we have the beautiful region of Stalingrad here, with the river Volga, and the islands of the Volga River. The Soviet side of the river, where reinforcements will be streaming across into the city, as the Soviets fight tooth and nail to hold. But as you can see here, for example, we have the urban parts of the city, and you can see that we have the factories, we have the grain silo over here, the grain elevator, and different elements of the city proper. Moving to the outskirts, you can see that density decreases, and as we move even further to the north, you can see that we have villages around Stalingrad proper, as well as the forest and the hills of the map. We have the off-map regions. These boxes are where forces will be brought in from off-map onto the map proper, and you can drag them on. To the north, we have the Luftwaffe. This is where your air units will be. And we have a 6th Army HQ here for the Axis. This is where you will find your core level artillery and other assets. The opposite would be for the Soviets, where we can see our Red Air, as well as artillery from the Soviet headquarters in the area. That will conclude this tutorial. Thank you.